Hi, this is your brother Abdullah Hamid Rahmani, an emergency medical technician in the National Ambulance Service, Ghana. In this video, I would like us to discuss about scene size up in patient assessment. Scene size up is the first and critical part in patient assessment process. Scene size up also helps one to know his or her next point of action. Now, scene size up consists of 6 main categories. So we will look at them. The first one, which is number 1, talks about scene safety. And like I always say, safety first. Safety is very, very important and is very, very critical. You don't want to become a second victim to the patient you are going to cater for. Scene safety comes with critical concern. 1, you need to ask yourself, is the scene safe? So you are looking for any possible hazard that might cause damage to you yourself, your crew members, and bystanders around. So when you assess and you realize that the scene is safe, then you can proceed on to the next line of patient assessment. If the scene is not safe, can you make it safe? If you can, do so before you proceed. If you can't, do not enter, because you don't want to become a second victim. After you've assessed all that and you realize that the scene is not safe and you request for additional support, maybe it's a crime scene, there is shooting, you request for the police. If the patient is entangled in a vehicle in road traffic collision, then you request for the fire service assistant, so they come and do disentanglement and then extricate the patient for you. Number 2 in scene size up is what we call the BSI. So the BSI basically stands for body substance isolation. Basically, you isolating yourself from the patient's substance, being fluid, blood. So bear in mind, as you are coming in contact with patient, you'll be coming in contact with body fluids, blood, and other stuff. So you have to protect yourself. So the BSI basically talks about your personal protective equipment that you don. 1 basically will be your gloves, your eye protection will be your goggles, your nose mask, and other instances you need to even wear your helmets, you need to wear a full gown to protect yourself. So it depends on the situation at hand. Number 3, another scene size up is to determine MOI or NOI. Now the NOI basically stands for nature of illness, and then the MOI stands for mechanism of injury. So when you hear mechanism of injury, it's basically telling you about a trauma patient. So mechanism of injury is the force at which the injury is caused, being it a direct or indirect force, being it a twisting force or a rotational force. So you need to determine those mechanisms of injury to that particular patient. NOI, which is nature of illness, basically talks about any environmental factors that led to the patient condition or pre-existing medical condition of that particular patient. The 4th one under scene size up is to check for the number of patients available. So now, in assessing to determine the number of patients available, 1 will help you to know the resources you'll be requesting, meaning your medical equipment or the number of ambulances you'll be requesting, as to the number of casualties you realize at the scene. The 5th one is to request for additional resources when necessary. So if you realize that you have about 5 casualties at the scene, you have about 10, 20, 15 or even 30 casualties, you realize that you will overwhelm. So you have to request for more ambulance personnel support. If it's a crime scene, of course, you need to request for the police support. If it's a fire scene, if it's a road traffic collision, you request for the fire service support. So this is where that's the 5th part of what patient assess scene size up, which is what request for additional support. The last portion of scene size up is to consider C-spine stabilization when necessary. Now, consideration of the C-spine stabilization when necessary. That means only when the patient is a trauma victim. And now we always advise that suspect C-spine when there is an injury to the upper part of the body. So there might be a movement of the neck which might cause any injury to the neck. So you need to manually stabilize the C-spine in the neutral position. Apply a cervical collar. Thank you. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Bansi TV, for more EMT short videos.